watching Prime Morning. It's time for us to delve into what the newspapers have for us. And I'll start with the very first one, which is the Daily Graphic newspaper. But then, Stay Glued to Your Television said, let's get interactive. We want you to share the link when you're watching it. Do share your comments. And if you have anything to say with regards to the topics that we are discussing, of course, why not? Probably I should give you some bits or tidbits of some of the topics that we are discussing this morning. And we are actually going to be discussing the troops that might be sent to Niger. As of now, it hasn't been confirmed yet, but we know that a lot of bodies have come out to tell the government not to send troops to Niger. We'll also discuss the Ejapa deal, where Gabriel Chudako has spoken about the fact that there is no corruption in the Ejapa deal. We'll discuss the traffic light situation, where pedestrians and motorists have spoken highly about the fact that we have so many traffic lights, but they are not working. And so we'll talk about that, and they are calling on government to do something about it. Then we go to Upper East region, where it's recording the highest rate in elephantiasis. Why is this so? What can be done about it? We'll talk about it. Then hopefully we'll go into the banking sector, where ex-GN savings and loans workers are actually pleading with the government to bring back the bank's license because they are struggling. We'll try and talk about all of these, but do send in your messages to us and we'll definitely love to read it. I'll start off with the very first newspaper, which is the Daily Graphic newspaper. Government vindicated in a Ejapa deal, says the NPP. Tourism fiesta December in Ghana to spread outside Accra. That would be good. I've always said that Ghana is not just Accra, so it'll be good that it goes outside Accra. Hopefully Cape Coast will have, a feel of it. Hopefully the Volta will have a feel of it. Hopefully, Kumasi, even the northern side will also have a feel of it. It's very good that they do some there. Ahead of ECOWAS defense chiefs meeting, democracy must reign in Niger. Security experts say so. Youth-focused agriculture program launched, and NACCA QR code mechanism to check approved textbooks rolls out in September. I'll do the back page. Fedco pays 60 million Ghana cedis to cocoa farmers. Tension mounts in Jomoro over bad roads. Okay. Hey, you should see the state of the roads. My goodness. Anyway, the future is good. The Chronicle newspaper is our next newspaper. Ejapa deal. ECOWAS has vindicated a Kufuor's government, says the NPP. Civil society groups oppose deployment of troops to Niger. NDC's Arabatego is no more, and we heard this news yesterday. And we are praying with the family. It's quite a difficult time, so we pray with the family and the NDC party as well. And may God grant her eternal rest. Team Baumia launches *202# to solicit funds. And we go to the back page, where we know we have some sport here as well. Neymar agrees 78 million euros 2-year deal with Saudi's Al Hilal. When I see the monies like that, I ask a lot of questions. Okay. So worth 130 million pounds. Is it pounds or euros? It's euros. On a year, 430,000 euros for every Instagram post, 70,000 euros bonus for every win, a private plane to jet around the globe. So even the post on Instagram, he's charging 430,000. Yow. He's been given. It was in the contract. He negotiated on it. So. Wow, Instagram posts, we are posting like that. Anyway, Timber set to undergo knee surgery in major blow to Arsenal. Chelsea agreed deal to seal Hakim Ziyech to Galatasaray, and Tottenham in talks with Lazio over sale of goalie Hugo Lloris. That'll be all for the Chronicle newspaper.
You know that the team gets more than what each post that Neymar puts out there. Neymar has followers over the continent of Africa.
I'm not thinking about the team. I'm thinking about the money going to Neymar's pocket.
They have the.
You take me as a PA. I'll post on this.
Every morning you post 4 times.
Listen, I can dash my page today.
I get that.
Let's do the Daily Guide newspaper. NIA sacks 10 officers over extortion. NDC incites youth against 10% betting tax. Rethink a Greek, a national best farmer says so. Team Baumia launches tech campaign. Nigerian jailed 15 years for human trafficking. I'll do a bit of, entertainment here. Delay cautions fans over Miss G replacement. John Dumelo loses mother, and yesterday we spoke about it during Trends, and we are actually praying for him. It's quite a difficult time, and we also pray that God will grant his mother eternal rest. Salif Keita named advisor to junta chief. Inflation increases to 32.7% in July. But if inflation has been up, so if it's increasing to 32.7, has it dropped or increased? I don't know what they are trying to say, or it was a typo. Top Women Board Directors honored. GSS engages stakeholders on IBES 1 survey. MTN supports La Homowo. Sports, Mediama ready for Remo Stars. Hearts only clash in Bese Manche Homowo Cup. Black Challenge gear up for friendlies. No, they've added, now they've added a Gbese.
Gbese to it.
You know the gas and the land issues and title issues and all of that. Well, you want to speak about it?
He's a guy.
I wanted to ask him, but he looks like his Batakari won't allow him to speak on behalf of the gas this morning.
Because I think if you add Gbese to it, then you have sectionalized a particular, because the Gbese is a particular clan within the Ga community. So if we are playing a Ga Manche Cup, it should be something that encompasses all the Gans, not the Gbese people.
Anyway, Metal, you want to say something? No, you're okay. Anyway, we continue. England break Matilda's hat to reach first WWC final, and Black Challenge gear up for friendlies. That'll be all for the Daily Guide newspaper. I'll do the final newspaper, which is the Business Finder newspaper. Ghana eyes 1.5 trillion US dollars mice market, plus to become hub of meetings, incentives, conferences, and exhibitions. EcoBank hosts junior savers and invest in diversity, equity, HR practitioners. Told that will be all for what the newspapers are reporting. Actually, I'll quickly do the Dispatch newspaper as well. So the Dispatch newspaper, ECOWAS court rules Ghana's Ejapa deal is legal, and government can implement it. Team Baumia launches *202# for supporters to contribute, and evidence of late captain retired Kojo Chikata to the National Reconciliation Commission. All right, there's another story here. Baumia's tabulation of over 100 achievements of NPP government, part 2 in there. My guests are seated. I know you've already seen them. But I still have to do the needful and introduce them. To represent the NPP this morning, I have Yao Yeboah. Good morning, Yao.
Good morning.
Right.
How are you doing?
I'm fine, thank you. And Yao is part of the communications team.
Looking fabulous.
Thank you so much. Thank you. And it's an idea. Representing the NDC this morning is EA Metal Nunu Jr. Good morning, Metal Nunu.
Good morning.
How are you?
I'm good.
It's been a while.
It's been a while. I've been tied to some cases in courts, but then this morning I think that I have to come for national assignments.
Is it somebody who has taken you to court, or you are defending somebody?
Yeah, so you don't know. Okay, so
you tell me
I'm
about
in the legal profession. So, yeah.
That's nice.
So I've been caught up with some cases, but then today I have to come on the national assignment. And I think I love your new setup. Most of the time I've been watching online and sometimes
and sending your messages.
In the office, and sending my messages. I like the setup. It's good.
Thank you.
Despite the hardship in the economy, I can see that
we've always had this one.
Yeah, so I like it. Congratulations to you and your entire crew.
Thank you.
Yeah, looking from sweets as always.
Thank you. So you go to Google, so?
You see, the difference between opposition and ruling party, he shouldn't be talking, he should be doing action. You shouldn't be saying you're sweet. Once he was coming, then he gives you the parcel.
Oh, no, yeah, they are trust. That's why I trust.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
So he walks the talk.
Oh, yes.
It's not Neto.
No. He's not.
Okay.
Yeah, walks the talk. And I trust him for that.
One of the MP people that walks the talk.
But do you walk the talk?
Oh, yes, we always walk the talk.
So, Beto?
Yes,
well, let's quickly delve into our very first topic, which happens to be the Niger coup. Coup has taken place in Niger. ECOWAS has actually spoken highly about it, saying that it's wrong and that it ought to be changed. They are telling the people who have taken over the country to either step down or they are going to let their military forces take over. Now, ECOWAS has asked the military force to be on a standby so that in case the current leaders in Niger decide not to step down, then they will have to invade the country. Honorable Sam George has spoken about it and says that our troops are not well equipped to be able to go for this particular war. Christian Council has also said that there could be some trickling effects or some implications if Ghana should join this force. Not just them. There's another man who is a Ghanaian who lives there, Seydou Amudu, who spoke yesterday. He says that there's a video circulating saying that if there should be any form of attack from the military, from ECOWAS, they will attack the citizens that have released their military men to the country. Let me start this conversation with you, Metal Nunu.
Yeah, Rosalind, thank you very much and a very good morning to your cherished viewers and a very good morning to the incoming President of Ghana 2025.
Before you continue, I'm sorry. What do you think, for you at home, do you think that we should allow our military men to go salvage the situation in Niger, or we should just mind our business like others are calling on it? Please send your messages to us. We definitely want to hear your voice. We are all Ghanaians, so send in your message to our WhatsApp line, or you can leave it on Facebook and we will read it. Metal, sorry about that. Please go ahead. Yeah,
so I was saying a very good morning to His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, the incoming President of Ghana 2025. Ghanaians are yearning and waiting for your come, Mr. President. Regarding the ECOWAS military intervention in Niger, you could see that over the period, ECOWAS has been in existence for a long time. There's been coup in Mali, there's been coup in Burkina Faso, etc. If you look at the West African sub-region, there's been a series of coups. And if you look at the reasons why all these coups are happening, you listen to the military rulers that have taken over all these countries. They keep talking about decline in economic situations within the country. They keep talking about corruption. They keep talking about mismanagement of public funds, etc. They keep talking about the fact that majority of their citizens are living in poverty. ECOWAS, what have they been doing over the period? Before I even delve deep into the Niger coup. So as a West African body, and with all these, they can't say that their eyes were closed to all these happenings within these countries. The issues I spoke about, decline in economic issues, poor situation within majority of their members, poor health conditions, etc. What advice did they give to their counterparts, their African leaders? Did they at any point in time at an ECOWAS meeting tell them, see, if you look at the reasons, the underlying reasons for coup d'etats, even from in the 1950s, these were underlying reasons, and because of ABCD in your country, these things are happening, and we are sorry to say that if you don't set up, these things might happen. Have they ever come together to say that, okay, as a sub-region, we are come together so that we join forces to be able to minimize the pressures of the economic hardships that's been meted out on the citizens? We are able to come together. And if you look at the reasons, and one of the major reasons for the coup in Niger, one of them is insecurity within the region. I'll go into details. And the other is decline in economic situations within the country. And if you look at from the time that the president was elected, for this current president was elected, President Bazoum was elected, you realize that even before his inauguration, 48 hours before his inauguration, there was an attempted coup. And it is believed that the ethnic group that he comes from is the minority. A majority of the military personnel are from the major ethnic groups within the country. So there was an attempted coup. So you realize that even within his presidency, his governance, there was insecurity there. You also have the forces, the Al-Qaeda forces, present in the country. You also have the Islamic groups also there. You also have Boko Haram present there. And they are causing mayhem. They are causing violence. They are destroying lives and property over there. And one of the cardinal reasons, importance of a government is to protect and maintain law and order, is to protect the citizenry. So if you fail to do something like that, of course, you realize that it will get coupled with the economic situation. When you look at Niger, they are one of the African countries that is blessed with natural resources.
Yeah.
That's blessed with natural resources. If they're not blessed with natural resources, you will not find France setting up their military base there. You will not find the United States of America setting up their military base in other European countries. And it's sorry to say that so ECOWAS as a body, they sat down, and when these European countries set up their military bases or the West, they are not doing it for your interest. They set up to protect their interests, the natural resources that they are taking out of the country, not to protect your citizenry. Because there's been Boko Haram attacks there, there's been Al-Qaeda, there's been etc. And the citizens complain. And I think that the president, Bazoum, instead of tackling the insecurities over there, he was rather, it's believed that he was about to change the leadership of the presidential guard, the leader of the person who led the coup. So that was the last straw that broke the back of the camel. ECOWAS as a sub-region, with all these insecurities from Boko Haram, Al-Qaeda, whatever, what did they do? With all this economic decline, what did they do as ECOWAS? And then you sat down for the inevitable to happen. And now you come and say that you're going to send military people in there. Now you've seen the warning from the military junta that has taken over in Niger, and his counterparts in they said they're going to join forces. And Ghana, we are already suffering. We're already in an economic mess, which has been occasioned by this reckless, insensitive NPP administration. Why do you put innocent Ghanaians? When there's a war today in Ghana, with a little.
Like what you're saying, we don't have any war here.
No, I'm saying that,
that
Ghana is not a target as of now. If you look at the sub-region, all our neighboring countries, Togo has had their fair share, Burkina Faso, Ivory Coast, but Ghana has been.
I think people are actually concerned because a country like Burkina, when it happened, ECOWAS didn't release any troops there. So why Niger? Yeah,
ECOWAS is saying that if they don't take a strong stance on this particular one, it's going to continue. Now, if your neighbor's house is burning, you don't fetch water to protect yours before you realize yours is burned. It's happening in Burkina Faso, it's happening in Mali, it's happening in Togo some time back, it's happening in Ivory Coast, you know. So if you look at the neighbors, all the neighbors' houses are burning. Nigeria hasn't happened yet, etc. So of course, where you have democratically elected presidents, it's a concern for them. So they need to make a strong take a strong stance so that it deters people from going further. But these people too is not one. Now all the military juntas within the sub-region have all joined forces, and they are telling us that, see, if you come against us, then you are declaring war against us. So if Ghana sends troops there, then we are declaring war against them. If Nigeria sends troops there, we are declaring war against them. And you don't forget, one of the military groupings in Niger is the Wagner Group. And they are a very strong force with bases from Russia and the kind of weapons they have, etc. And as Ghana, as people of Ghana, you think we are ready for it now? Even our military men, how well have we equipped them? How well have we ruled through them? Even when they are embarking on normal internal law maintenance missions and to curb these normal criminals over here, sometimes see how they suffer.
But we all know that when they are going for these peacekeeping operations, it's not the tools they have and they are using in Ghana. You know that there's actually, provision coming in from UN. So when we talk about retooling them in Ghana, it's a little bit different because they don't go for peacekeeping with the kind of tools they have here.
They don't go for peacekeeping with the kind of tools that they have. When they are going for peacekeeping, first of all, you go with human resource.
Yeah, so if you talk about human resource,
okay. First of all. Secondly, even internally, we don't want to put Ghana in a situation. So far within the sub-region, we've had one of the peaceful countries ever. We've had peaceful change of elections where we even thought that there was going to be chaos or was going to be confusion. nothing happened in Ghana. So we don't want to attract the attention of these terrorist groups, etc., to make it look like we are now waging war against them for them to come against us. We are already in an economic mess. We are already suffering in Ghana.
Okay.
See, we do not have hospitals around. When people fall sick,
it has nothing to do with this. Let me bring you out in. But what has COVID got to do with?
No, I'm saying that even COVID, it exposed we as Ghana from Kwame Nkrumah's time till now. It exposed that we do not have enough health infrastructure to cater for such large emergencies. If there's war, we have large casualties. Well, how are we going to handle them? Now that most of our health workers, like the nurses, the doctors, are leaving here and going to Europe, even within COVID time that we're here, we're not able to handle the situation well. We're just lucky and fortunate as Africans that the effect of COVID was not like that it had on the West, was not like that. So the president shouldn't be thinking about sending our troops to Niger. He should concentrate on fixing the mess economy.
Okay, Metal. Yeah.
Good morning, my sister, and then hello to your cherished viewers, and then hello to everybody in here. First of all, I would also add my voice to my brother Sam George and that of the church, my church, Presbyterian Church. And also,
right now, the Christian Council has even spoken,
and I'm I'm grateful. First of all, why Niger?
Yeah.
Why not Mali?
Why not Burkina?
Why not Burkina? Why not Chad? That's where it started. So I think that for me, I am highly disappointed in ECOWAS. You know, my brother talked about COVID. When COVID broke up in Africa, we realized our real partners with the West. You remember? When COVID broke up, our economies were exposed. And that time, we realized the real relations we've had with the West. But for France's interest in Niger, would ECOWAS be harrying themselves? And but for the pipeline that is being connected from the state of Niger to Europe for supply of gas to Western Europe, with all this ulabalu coming from ECOWAS state, the already failed ECOWAS group, would we? The interest is simple. Today, Russia has cut gas today to the Western Europe. So France, who now only survive on their nuclear energy that needs uranium from Niger, is not getting, because the junta has decided that they would want to use their God-given resources to profit the people of Niger. So now France is behind ECOWAS, threatening. ECOWAS have no boss. And take it from me, ECOWAS has no boss to go to Niger. And are there whoever they think that they can go to? Nobody. Take it from me from here. Are
you sure?
Oh, please, forget it. They can't do FOCO. No,
they can't?
They can't do
but
anything.
The military is on standby.
Oh, please, do a standby. They went to Nigeria. Tinubu influenced them. Look, let me tell you. Do you know that a gas pipeline that is going to Europe through Nigeria goes to Niger?
So you think it is the backing
is it
of
me?
France? And France. So what if France gives them the funds?
What funds?
Money to go, you know.
They're not giving them already. Let me tell you.
Oh, you think
listen,
they're giving them?
Listen, Algeria, Chad, Sudan, Mali, Burkina Faso, they are ready for ECOWAS. Now listen, for the first time, there's a coup in somebody's country, and the indigents, the citizenry, they are not complaining. They are on the street jubilating, attacking the Bazoum's administrative members. And you sit in Nigeria, influenced by Tinubu, because of his selfish interest, because he is looking at Nigeria.
Let's not forget that our president is part of it.
Please, we are not here to discuss ECOWAS.
I know, but
we are here to discuss
ECOWAS, but he's part of the ECOWAS.
So I am tackling ECOWAS. But so you put him in that basket and let me tackle him.
All right, okay. He's in the basket.
Yes, so please, I don't want us to talk about Coup and Co.
No, because you mentioned Tinubu.
For your information.
You mentioned Tinubu.
No, because Tinubu, listen, Tinubu has interest. I am telling you his interest. For all your, do you think, when they say there's a group, there might be dissenting views?
And you don't think that the other leaders have interest as well?
No, Ghana don't have any interest. Nigeria does, yes.
Okay, so it's only Nigeria that has interest.
Nigeria, okay. Because I have evidence. This project has already started. When they went to, what do you call it? When Russia decided to cut, quickly they thought that Nigeria could supply them through Niger to Chad, Mauritius, that they can get it. So quickly they signed over 15 billion United States dollar project. Is Nigeria not a direct beneficiary of that project? So hence Tinubu's action, venom. Already when they went for that meeting, there are members within the ECOWAS that dissented on it. That no, look, let me tell you something. This particular coup, it is what the people needed. My brother alluded to the fact when there were masses cry out there in Niger, Niamey, when people could not feed themselves, when people could not take care of themselves health-wise, education. Look at the number of Nigerians on the streets of Accra,
which were deported back.
Why were they here in the first place? You understand? Where was ECOWAS? Oh, they were not interested. And one of them, is it Fore? When Fore got to Nigeria, he made a statement. Look, the same thing happened in Guinea. When the former president for his election had to kill about 300,000 people, ECOWAS sat down, and then this same ECOWAS country heads of state congratulated him until he was toppled by the military. Today, there's total calmness in Guinea. Who is complaining in Niger? Who? Nobody. So this threat is empty. And I tell you, I know Kufuor will not send a single person.
You're saying it on authority?
Oh, yes. Kufuor will not send a single soul from Ghana to Niger. And I'm not even ready. I'm not even sure the Ghana forces would even send a half person.
What's your reason for saying
that? Oh,
this?
please. What?
But he's part of the ECOWAS board. That's what I'm asking.
ECOWAS. Where is ECOWAS? Please. I'm telling you, there's no ECOWAS. What ECOWAS should be doing right now is should be telling our development partners we want to renegotiate our bilateral trade with them. Now, what ECOWAS?
Because right now we don't even have onions, though.
What ECOWAS should be discussing today? What Tinubu, Akufo-Addo, Foreign Assembly, and all of them, Alassane Ouattara, and all of them, what they should be discussing today for the people of Africa, okay, is to renegotiate our bilateral trade with our foreign partners. Because now, because of the economic action that is coming up from the West, let me tell you something. We are about to enter winter. You know that?
They are. We are not.
Oh, yes. Okay. We are already in winter.
The rains, eh?
The rains are here. They are about to enter winter. And the anxiousness to get gas to power their electricity and all that, and their inability to get uranium from Niger to power their plants would ensure that majority of Europe would have to either come to Africa to settle or they die cold. So hence the pressure on them. But what they should rather be doing, take advantage of them now and renegotiate our bilateral trade. Look, we sit here in Ghana.
But you know, you said that there's some funding coming in from France.
Please, France already needs uranium to power their energy.
Yeah, but if there's some funding coming in to some of these leaders, you are saying it's not all the leaders, right? Or is it all the leaders?
So if they want to think about themselves.
But is the funds going to all the leaders or is it going to some of the leaders?
Oh, they are pushing through ECOWAS.
Okay.
And already some members within the ECOWAS has already spoken against what is happening. I'm coming. It's Niger. ECOWAS is the assisting state, right? From West Africa. Already, Niger is out. Guinea is out. Mali is out. Burkina is out. And then there's another one. There are 5. They are already, they have had coup, and today there's transition, there's peace in their countries. So they think that the coup d'etats that are happening around those places are not a bad thing. So they are for it. So already the 11 of them, I think out of those 11 of the majority, 5 of them who are silent, they are silent oppositions. who are not even interested, but for those with interest. So it's not everybody can convince, but rather let's use the anxiousness of France and their instability and renegotiate our bilateral trades.
All right.
That is a smart move. That's what you do. Look, we sit here in Ghana. We mine gold. And our concession with these miners is that we get nothing but for royalties. We sit here. We extract crude. And we have 10%. In some cases, even less than that. Let ECOWAS use this opportunity and say, look, you know what, we have been partners with you.
For a long time. But we think that the agreements we have had in the past has not been good. And that's the reason why all that is happening around the sub-regions happen, because they get nothing out of what God has given them. So if you want us to have peace, then let's renegotiate our trades with you so that but yeah, will this ever happen? Please. Because, you know, looking at the kind of funds
I sit here on your TV.
Yeah.
I am making a proposition. Those who will listen to this, listen.
But I'm asking, do you think it will ever happen?
It is possible.
It's possible?
Yeah, it is possible.
That the kind of leaders that we have
all of us,
in the ECOWAS...
You are a leader.
No, I mean, I'm talking about ECOWAS, because you actually said that we should have ECOWAS do
level.
that.
Mostly there are problems that we look at the macro level and we ignore the micro level. Let's this conversation, this argument start from the household. It will get to the economy, which is the macro level. So I think that's what we need. And that is how the argument should be. Until we renegotiate our bilateral trades with our donor, I call them our partners, okay? And we're able to retain capital and develop our country. Let me tell you, it will go round, and if you are not careful, it will happen in Ghana.
That's where the issue is.
Oh yes, I'm telling you.
But we hope it doesn't, though.
We hope. It's a hope.
Yeah.
Do you think your language was not spoken over there some time ago? So let's take advantage. African leaders should stop thinking about themselves and thinking about the citizenry, the people they voted them. They have voted you, and somebody top you and they are clapping for the junta. And they are even attacking you and your family members. That you're a traitor. And you sit in Nigeria. Tinubu, you sit in Nigeria and you think it cannot happen to you. When your people cannot even get gas, you are thinking of a line to Europe. When the people in Nigeria cannot get fuel to power their generators. For a long time in Nigeria, 70% of the people of Nigeria don't have a running electricity consistently. They are always powering their generators.
Your cry is,
and for the first time,
it's very passionate.
No, for the first time in Nigeria, they don't even have the fuel to buy.
No, but you see, your cry is passionate, but you're making it seem as though it's only one person making the decision. Because this is
when we cut the head, when we cut the head of a snake, the rest is they call it what?
No, but you still
it's still
a group decision.
You see, sometimes
it can be Tinubu's influence, but it's a group decision. So if it's ECOWAS who have gone to sit down and they've discussed it, why is it that the others are not the other 10? If they are 11, they are supposed to be 11 people. Yes.
The reason in Africa we're unable to find solutions that we fail to tackle the root cause of our problems. We zero everything in it without tackling the real problem. I tell you, take it from me.
So it's one person against 10.
I tell you, take it from me.
Okay, Metal.
I guess I like your last question. It's ECOWAS, the leaders that have come together and agreed that they are going to marshal their military forces to attack Niger. It's not only Tinubu. You have Tinubu in there, you have His Excellency Nana Dankwa Akufo-Addo in there, you have the Togo president in there. It's all of them. And I like the point he came from, that when all this economic hardship, these insecurities were happening, what did ECOWAS as a body, what did they tell them? What have they done to be able to make sure that they kept these things? What sort of negotiations have they had with their international partners to renegotiate better things for their citizenry? Today, in Ghana, you see, there's Westerners, when they come to your country, they come in the form like they are coming to help you in the form of aid, but actually they're not doing anything. Today, for example, we have GNZ, the German, whatever, in Ghana here. And they say they are here to reduce the unemployment issues, to retrain our people. You know what they're training them in? When Germans come to your country and they tell you that they want to train your youth, they want to gain skills for employment, what do you think the Germans are good at? Technology. They should be training them in the VWs, in the Benz, the BMWs, etc. They say they come and they're training people in hairdressing. They're training people in mushrooms, etc. They've not even sent a single person to Germany. So they come to Germany to train in VW and things, bring them back.
No, so with regards to the GIZ training, it's not really, they're people training, they're funding. So what they do is that if you have a school that, the TVET, because they are really heavy on the TVET. So let's say you have a vocational school or a technical school. They give you the funds to be able to bring on board a lot of people and you train them.
And I'm saying that those ones, government of Ghana, we can do that. Government of Ghana, we can do that. But when they are coming to support us, they are coming to help us, you would expect that they give us real aid in the terms of upgrading the knowledge of our transfer technology and things like that. What they are doing are things that we can do. You go to the Bono region, they say they are training people in mushrooms, photography, etc., wording, etc. There are things that we can do, and it's been done already in our vocational schools. You go to Niger, where the coup happened right now. In Niger, you have presence of France over there, and they have a military base over there. You have the presence of America. Niger is rich in uranium, is rich in gold, is rich in crude, etc. And then Niger is still one of the poorest. 75% of the people there are very poor.
75%
of the people there are poor. Majority of the people in Niger are illiterate when the statistics were done. But Niger is one of the countries that has free basic education, compulsory basic education for them. But even though it is free in policy, they do not even have access to the schools. Even the roads leading to the existing schools are even bad. You find most of them over here.
Do they have
bad roads? Even where the schools are.
Roads, it's like, for instance, when you go to Ghana, there are roads, but they are bad roads. When you go to Niger, there are no roads.
They are paths.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, one.
I go to those places. They don't have roads.
Anyway,
so a school child can walk 3 hours
before you get to school.
Before you get to school. Those ones are
even those who have cars. Go look at the state of the cars there. But the politicians are the ones enjoying. So you ask yourself, ECOWAS as a body, Economic Community of West Africa, what have they done as a body? Didn't they see the hardship that they are, the citizenry of the people in these countries?
Talking about ECOWAS, let's not forget that ECOWAS has actually come out, to say that there is actually no corruption in the Japan deal. They've spoken about it, but I just want to tie it to what we are discussing, because we are bashing the ECOWAS this morning for that decision to have the military troops on standby to maybe intrude Niger. If it will happen, we don't know, but I was saying that he knows it will not happen. But the ECOWAS court has actually said that the Japan deal is a non-corrupt and very transparent deal. Yao, you think same?
Yes. My brother mentioned something. Let me quickly do. His Excellency Nana Dankwa Akufo-Addo is in his last year of his administration. He's virtually exiting. So I tell you on authority, Nana Dankwa Akufo-Addo do not have any interest in Niger.
Because he's exiting.
He has no interest. The only interest Nana Akufo-Addo has is to restore dignity and peace within the sub-region. And he knows that what has happened there, it is a call of the people.
Okay, let's move on.
So I say it here. And take it from me.
I have a lot of questions, but unfortunately I don't have the time to ask those questions.
And take it from me. Ghana will send not half so.
Okay.
Take it from me. Yeah.
All right.
We are not going anywhere.
Okay. Let's continue now, with our Ijapa deal.
Ijapa. First of all, before we even the civil society that took the case to ECOWAS court, let's ask ourselves a basic question. Were they able to pinpoint traces of corruption in it, but for the fact that the minority raised issues that has to do with family members and all that, which was actually not substantial because they could not even point out. So first of all, the case was dead on arrival. The case was dead on arrival. When they took the case to ECOWAS court, they had to go and then prove it, and they could not prove anything. They went, they called. It's not like they didn't give them the opportunity to come and then justify their claims. They gave them the opportunity to come and justify their claims at the ECOWAS court. And those civil society groups could not. So the verdict came out clear.
You don't think the court has been influenced in any way?
By?
I'm just asking.
No, you answered.
No, I'm asking. Could it be that the court could be influenced?
Then the civil society organization that took their cases should come out and tell us that one went to ECOWAS court. The A, B, C, D were done to us that we think it was not fair, it was not justifiable, and therefore we don't even look. So you can pass judgment, and then the plaintiff or the defendant will say, okay, yes, you have passed the judgment because of A, B, C, D. We disagree with you. Have you heard the civil society that took the case to ECOWAS court? No. And this thing you talk about, you tied Gabby because Gabby is today, because Gabby is talking about
Gabby who spoke about it.
People has been speaking about this after the judgment. The judgment has been out for more than a month.
But the news portals reported Gabby.
Yeah, it's
because Gabby is influential in the NPP. So, and of course, if he speaks about it, we'll take his word. Yo, if I speak about it and I'm sitting somewhere and I don't have any interest, I'm not in government. Of course,
what's Gabby's interest in a party?
Is he not in interest? He's a politician. He's part of the NPP.
If you say interest, it's only politicians.
Is he not part of the NPP?
You are saying that because he's a politician.
Is he not part of the NPP?
He's part of the NPP.
Is he not a senior member in the NPP?
He's not. Gabby, Gabby is a non-portfolio member of the NPP. So if you want to talk about
but non-portfolio, somebody who is he's high ranking. If we talk about Gabby, we've mentioned every name in the NPP.
Gabby is a legal luminary.
Yes,
Prime Minister.
And we know Gabby is influential in the NPP. We know that.
How did you know that?
But he's been tweeting.
Haven't you been tweeting? Haven't I been tweeting?
How many people? So the influence is when you tweet and we don't say anything. But when Gabby tweets and the world goes gaga, that tells you Gabby is influential.
Is since when?
Since when? Since
his uncle became president.
No. Even in opposition, when he was tweeting.
Anyway.
Yes. Okay, so you said his uncle became president. Anyway, let's continue. I didn't say that, though. I didn't say that. That's not me speaking. Let's continue, y'all.
You see, we sometimes, because for political expedient and then for us to be able to maybe, this case has been out there. It's more than a month. I think it's about 2 months since the verdict came out. And those who even took their case, they are silent, but they are okay with the judgment. We are all that we're looking for. You see that myself, I was thinking that after the verdict, that when the finance minister was going to go back to parliament to submit, he didn't even mention about it. There was nothing about it. He didn't even talk about it. So we are not even sure if this party has even gone to the finance committee for them to review it. You understand? So I don't get it.
What don't you get?
The corruption stuff you are talking about.
Who spoke about it being corrupt? People took it to court that it's corrupt. I haven't said it's corrupt. I never said anything that is corrupt. We know that in 2020, the former special prosecutor, Martin Amidu, did say that it's corrupt. Some individuals took it to the ECOWAS court. No, I don't want to talk about Martin Amidu. I'm saying that you said I said corrupt. And I said I have never mentioned any corruption about the Jeopardy deal.
Those who were... You see, there are people who are always behind the pitch and they are throwing stones on the pitch.
Have you seen the deal? Do you think it's okay?
If I will be honest, personally, I have not taken my time to read much about the deal. I'll be very honest with you.
Okay.
But those who were so much interested and they wanted to know, they didn't even trust the system here. Because they believe in the ECOWAS court. They said, look, let's go to ECOWAS court. So that they would have an independence of reading or maybe do a proper work. So that they'll be able to tell us that there are A, B, C, D within this deal that we think that it will not help the people of Ghana. Out of that trust, they went there. Verdict was given, or judgment was given. And they are okay. They realize, oh, indeed, our fears are nothing to be worried about. And therefore, everything is okay. It rests there. We live to see either even the government will be interested again to bring up this idea of collateralizing our resources for projects that will bring income now. So that we'll get access to money or funding for our development.
I'll read a little bit about how the Ejapa deal will operate for those who don't know much about it. Ejapa Royalties Limited will trade shares on the Ghana Stock Exchange and the London Stock Exchange for the private market. Mineral Income Investment Fund will remain the majority shareholder. That ARL, which is the Ejapa Royalties Limited, raised between $500 million and $750 million for government to use for developmental initiatives. The government has revealed the 4 key areas of investment will be education expenditure, primary capital, health, and infrastructural development. Future resources from gold royalties will go to the ARL shareholders instead of the Mineral Investment Fund, and for that matter, government. Essentially, the government is mortgaging expected royalties from the gold in exchange for about $500 million to $750 million. This is what it's expected in there, and this is why the people took it to court, because this is how it's going to operate. So now you understand it.
No, if I tell that I've not taken time to read the whole deal, that's me. I don't understand the whole thing.
Okay.
I have a good, pretty much idea about how it's going to operate. You understand? And what we are talking about is that, for instance, we have this expected income. Let me break it down so we would understand. We have this expected income of this for this period of time. For instance, in the next 50 years, we are expecting to raise about $1 billion United States dollar, in gold extraction. For instance, gold extraction, because we are talking about minerals, there's no only gold. For gold extraction, this $1 million we're waiting for in 50 years to raise. We can raise $1 million now, and then we can invest this $1 million in this particular education, health. Personally, I think they should have included tourism. I think that tourism is a key driver when it comes to development in any part of the world, because that is what the Gulf has done pretty much. When they extracted their oil, they invested into tourism. That's what today everybody is going to Dubai. And the kind of capital they are raising out of tourism, you have no idea. The oil could not even give them that. So I personally think that in the minds of those who drafted this, they should have concluded tourism as part of it, because we can develop tourism per where Ghana finds itself as the center of the world. If you have monumental development in Ghana, it will attract a lot of people to visit us. That trickles to everybody. When there are tourists in Ghana, the pure water seller on the street gets share of it, the hotels and everybody, the taxi driver and all that. So I think personally they should have included tourism. Education, key. President Akufo-Addo has done something that in the next 50 years we will see the fruit of it. Free education. It is coming from our oil extraction. Is that look?
My time also. I know you're building your point. I have actually read what is supposed to be.
The people of Ghana,
they don't understand.
Allow me, please.
You've spoken for about 10 minutes on this particular issue.
Would you let me?
No, because I have to move on to metal, and I have other topics
as well.
You give
all the rest of it. I'm interested in it. You give the rest all the time to my brother.
But my point is that they understand. I've actually read it out to the people.
I know they understand. So you let me use my voice so that they can also understand my voice. Thank you.
So my voice is not well understood.
Yours is much articulated, but you let me use my local one so that they can also understand my. Thank you. So President Akufo-Addo decided that the monies we are getting from oil, he would want to make sure that every household in Ghana benefits from it, hence free education. Today, every household, you sitting here, my sister, you will tell me there's a beneficiary in your house.
There's none.
Your whole family, from Cape Coast to Ghana to there's nobody who has benefited from. Because the good thing is that
because all our children are young. So
the good thing is that no, let me tell you, if it's not you, if I say your household, you are telling me that from your.
But you don't know the household I run. Okay, you don't know if I run a nuclear system
that's
or
fine.
an extended family.
You can sit on the television and say, but the one out there knows that there's somebody. Me and my family. Me and my family.
So say
my family.
That.
As a matter of fact, my late sister left behind 2 boys. My sister died 4 months later. The husband died. All these two boys, Derek and Dennis, they are beneficiaries of free education. And those my people at the Tiankaman Kwanta knows it. But for Akufo-Addo's decision to use oil fund to fund our education, a lot of these people will not be beneficiaries. That's what they are talking about. Today, my brother in his earlier submission mentioned our deficit in infrastructure in terms of health. There are districts in Ghana that do not have hospitals. We can today invest in hospitals all over Ghana so that every village, every constituency, every district would have access to proper technological hospital.
You're saying that that's what the Japadi will do?
Oh, but you said you just read.
I have read it because
you said that's where it's going to be. The investment is going to be health. Is that what it's education? Infrastructure.
Yeah, I have read it to the people. They know what it's going to go into. You want me to repeat it? I can repeat it. The government mortgaging expected royalties. Okay, let me try and get it again. It says the development initiatives. We have the education expenditure, primary capital, health, and infrastructure development.
Much. So health. Okay. So we want to
wait. Let me bring Metal in. Metal, make a point.
Rosalind, it is sad for any youth to defend the Ejapadiol or any Ghanaian to defend the Ejapadiol. The Ejapadiol is rotten, it's stinking, and it's disgusting.
Who has defended? ECOWAS says it's okay.
Yeah, I'm making my point. I'm making my point.
Okay,
I'll come to ECOWAS. What the cause through. The Ejapadiol is rotten, it's stinking, and it's disgusting. Now, for 49% of our natural resources to be mortgaged to the Ejapa Royalties Limited, and the financial advisors, transaction advisors to this deal is Imari Corporate Finance of South Africa and the well-established, the most popular Data Bank Financial Services, a Ghanaian company co-founded by the finance minister. And they are co-funding these two companies I've mentioned are financial transaction advisors to the Ejapa royalties deal. So I understand why Igabi Ochedaku will be very interested to come out first to come and announce that there was no corruption in the deal. But Ghanaians and the people of Ghana and the youth see to unseat this MPP administration has become a communal interest for all of us. It's no more a joke. If we live again from 2025 January under this reckless, insensitive MPP administration, our future generations will hold us responsible and they will blame us. 49% of our shares, natural resources, that is going to the Japan royalties. A small company, a small group of family in Ghana to manage our resources. They are going to mortgage it. Look at the amount of money they are going to get. You talk about education. Professor Johnny Vasantamios and the NDC, in their wisdom, set up the GET Fund. They've collateralized the GET Fund today, and today they are not even able to build educational infrastructures as they are supposed to build. The Heritage Fund, where is it? ESLA, where is it? All these funds that were there, all these policies that were put in place to be able to boost infrastructure in certain key areas of the economy that they collateralize. What at all have they done with them? Now you talk about $1 million. When you spoke about $1 million, I think you're going to, whether you got the figure right. $1 million, you say you're going to get for Japan for how many years? You mentioned $1 million. You didn't hear it.
He mentioned $1 million as an example.
As an example.
Yes.
But if you're talking about, for example, getting $1 million, $1 million is not hard to get in Ghana. When we go to the baby,
do you have $1 million?
When you are being mischievous, I have to
$1 million. If it's $1 million we are looking for. $1 million is not hard to get in Ghana.
Where can we find
the baby serpent of corruption? No matter, no uncle serpent too. Baby serpent of corruption. Madam Sisla Dapa in her house. $1 million was found. You know what $1 million can do? You know what $1 million can do? $1 million can build the terminal trader we built over there. Today we are building.
Wait, your terminal trader is $1 million?
No. $1 million. $1 million can help build over 3,500 compounds. Now,
so why did you say terminal trader?
No, that was a mistake. $250 million. $250 million is going to be used to build BOG new headquarters. That one can build the 250 million BOG headquarters. When you talk about Agenda 111 and then deficit in health infrastructure, you imagine the number. The head office of EcoBank, the new head office of EcoBank, was built for $60 million. The new head office of EcoBank, $60 million.
Oh, then this headquarters was $25 million.
The new,
I'm helping you.
But you're talking about 25 million. You're talking about
$250 million. In this current, no time.
I'm giving you time.
We'll have time on that project. Don't worry.
We'll have time. You more than 10 minutes.
We are not discussing Bank of Ghana
I gave you more than 10 minutes, and your point was supposed to be made more than 10 minutes. So, Metal, please go ahead.
If you even distracted me.
Continue.
Over $250 million of the Bank of Ghana, the money that is being used to build the new Bank of Ghana head office, EcoBank head office was built for $60 million. So it can build about 3 of that. Now, $250 million can build about 3,500 chip compounds. 60 billion lost from Bank of Ghana, according to their report. And then we want to collateralize the natural resources of Ghana for what? We've already taken collateralized get fund, we've got nothing out of it. We've collateralized the heritage fund is gone, ESLA is gone, even COVID levy. And today we are still, if you go to the supermarket and you buy and they print a bill for you, you realize that there's still COVID levy that they are being taxed you for. And still COVID levy, what one hospital? Mention one ultra-modern hospital that this MPP administration have been able to use it.
They are building Agenda 111.
Well, Agenda 111 way. Agenda 111 is just MPP.
By 2024,
on this
commission.
The MPP is good.
On this platform.
Oh yeah.
The
MPP is good.
Those hospitals.
The MPP is good.
My wife is pregnant and you're telling me that I should name the child.
The MPP is good.
When my wife delivers, you see the child. My wife is pregnant. And you're asking me that now I should name the child.
The MPP is good at giving nice things to projects. Ghana Beyond Aid. We are not going to borrow. Operation one district, one factory, one village, one dam.
Metal, do you think that ECOWAS court? Wait, do you think the ECOWAS court has been influenced? Because this is court, a whole court saying that there is nothing wrong with this.
When you take matters to court, no, whether you are right, when you take matters to court, whether you are right or wrong, if you are not able to adduce evidence to prove it, sometimes.
So they didn't have the enough.
Yeah, so you can lose a case on technical grounds. You can lose a case. You can lose a case. You can
enough. They said they did not adduce evidence, and you are saying enough means they adduce a level of evidence. They did not adduce any evidence.
No, wait. When you read it, it says they didn't have enough evidence. Okay. I'm not using his words.
Oh, okay.
So that is what the court said. Okay. That they provided evidence, but it's not enough.
Substantial enough.
No. And again, they said that why would they even go to Parliament for Parliament to agree if it's not that transparent? Okay. And so it's transparent enough because Parliament has seen it, has approved it, and so there's nothing wrong with it.
And Adongo was on the finance committee.
It looks like you're taking my time
Continue,
again.
Metal.
I'm saying that you can go to courts. The ECOWAS courts that clear the issue that there was not enough corruption. You can go to court. Your case might be right. You might be on the side of the truth. But if you're not able to adduce enough evidence, you might lose your case in court. You can also lose your case in court due to technical grounds. So I respect the decision of the ECOWAS courts. However, their level of corruptions that are pinpointed in them still that affects the people of Ghana. And even assuming without admitting that there was no iota of corruption in it. Like Martin Amidou pointed out that the transaction advisor, financial transaction advisors, they mentioned Data Bank. The finance minister, his relation with Data Bank, a co-founder of Data Bank. And then also the fact that they are going to collateralize our natural resources, 500 million. You don't trust the MPP in getting that amount of money to use it to do anything. See, Rosalind, MPP in the Fourth Republic or in the history of Ghana have borrowed money more than any other government, yet they have little to show. MPP in the history of Ghana have gotten, or the Fourth Republic, ever since we started oil discoveries, have gotten more oil revenue than any other government. Again, they have little to show. MPP in the history of Ghana have imposed taxes.
Is this not why we are bringing in the Japat so that we'll be able to have something to show in future?
You are given to the Bible says that to who you give small, the 10 talents.
To whom much is given, much is expected.
You give small talents to, and the person is able to utilize it well. You believe that when the person gets a bigger one, the person can utilize it well. You're not able to do anything with all these things I'm mentioning. You've collateralized Get Fund, you've done nothing. What are educational infrastructures can they pinpoint? John Dramani Mahama didn't collateralize Get Fund, but he built
maybe something will come out of this? Let's go on social media and read some comments.
10 minutes, but he had 10 minutes, or I'll come back.
I'll come back, don't worry. The coups happening within the African countries are largely attributed to poor governance and massive abuse of the rights of citizens, culminating in lack of trust for democratic governance. It's only right for ECOWAS to seek more diplomatic means to address the happenings in Niger rather than engaging in the use of military force. African leaders must be made to know that they are elected to serve their citizens, not to abuse and suppress their rights. Daniel Akpaliok from Sandema.
Yeah.
Kefrin Pon Jene Woho Mankraso says, good morning to you, Madam, and your guests. What is wrong if Ghana joins the ECOWAS with our troops to Niger whilst they are in crisis? Perhaps our President Nanado is the chairman, meaning much is expecting from him. Greetings to Honorable Johnson Kweku Edu Mankraso MP. Okay, you said there's nothing wrong? All right. Good morning, Rosalind. ECOWAS should learn from the past experiences. When ECOWAS sent troops to intervene in the Liberia war, what happened? Ghana Brigadier Arnold Kwenu at a point had to flee.
His life.
Flee for, flee for his life. Okay. Lots of ECOWAS soldiers were killed. In the end, the situation escalated into neighboring Sierra Leone. Ghana should not send troops to Niger. All right. Well, you can also send in your comments and we'll read it. And we are currently on the topic of Japan, but I want to move on to the next topic. I know when I'm moving on to the next topic, Metal will want to make a little bit of points there. So let me quickly move to the next topic. You chip in a little bit and we continue. So we are talking about the traffic light situation in Ghana here. I know most of you are crying about it. Just at this junction, the junction just here. No, if I point my hand, you know the traffic lights. Dead. So many places, major roads that the traffic lights are not working. Either somebody has knocked it down, it's been knocked down for probably like 6 months, sometimes even years, and it's still knocked down and nothing has been done about it. Motorists are calling on the government to do something about it. And I have even called on the government several times about it. And so I'm excited that all motorists are joining hands to do this, pedestrians are joining hands, and we are calling on the government to do something about it. So let me start with you, Metal.
Yeah, so to end on my Japadio, I'm saying that the Japadio, he had 10 minutes, Rosalie, but I'll end fast. Because if you're on the side, the part of the right part, you don't talk plenty. The Japadio, as I said, is stinking, is rotten, and is disgusting. And I don't expect any youth of Ghana today to be talking to support the Japadio. Because we have a lot of natural resources in Ghana. Even as of now that it has not been collateralized, we are not even seeing what it is being used for. Now, when you talk about this NPP administration, $500 million that is going to come out of it, this NPP administration has had enough revenue in terms of taxes, in terms of borrowing money, in terms of even the COVID-19 that they said it was one of the reasons that led the economy down. Look at the amount of money that they had from COVID-19. Oil revenue that has come under their regime. Look at the money they've had. What at all can they pinpoint that they've done with this money? John Dramani Mahama, the entire BOG loss, the 60 million BOG loss. John Dramani Mahama in his entire 4 years borrowed 54 million. And the 54 million that John Dramani Mahama borrowed, you could see the Terminal 3, you could see the Bank of Ghana Hospital, you could see the Greater Accra Regional Hospital, you could see the Maritime Hospital, you could see the Circle
let me ask this question. So, on a fair ground, let's take ourselves as Ghanaians.
Yeah.
Do you think this Ajapa deal will aid Ghana in any way? Yes, no, I don't want.
Yes, it's me. It will not aid Ghana in any way, especially under this corrupt MPP. Under this corrupt MPP administration. So landing on it about your 10 minutes wait, you get your time, and then you respond.
If you don't
going into the traffic light issue.
Yeah, let's go to the traffic.
Going into the traffic light issue for the first time, I monitor most of the media spaces. Now I can see that the chickens are coming home to roost. You know what I'm saying? That for the first time, Rosalie is always in the middle. She doesn't really comment on these issues. But for Rosalie to sit here and say that nothing is really working, the traffic lights. I
didn't say nothing is working.
You said the traffic lights are not working.
I said some.
You said traffic lights are not working.
Some.
Oh, so some things are not working.
Yes.
So you agree that some
major roads.
You agree that some are not working, and nothing has been done about it.
Of course.
So I'm saying that the chickens.
We are all citizens.
So that's what I'm saying. So the chickens are coming home to roost. For Rosalie, who has always been in the middle. Now today,
I am not on anybody's side. I am a Ghanaian.
To confess that,
I am a Ghanaian.
To confess that traffic lights are not working.
I am a Ghanaian.
And nothing has been done about it.
Everybody knows I have spoken about. See, I speak about the state of roads.
Yeah.
I speak about street lights.
I'll come to roads because I heard your comments
speak
on
about traffic lights, and I don't speak on behalf of any political party.
And that's why I said that
I speak on behalf of Ghanaians. My experience.
You've been a good citizen.
Yes.
And not a spectator.
So let's leave
but
it like
today,
that.
I like your statement that nothing is being done about the bad traffic lights. And that's what I'm building my point for. And it's true.
I said motorists are saying, don't say it's me.
Motorists are saying, so no you.
About the motorists.
But you've also
I'm
seen
part of the
this.
motorists.
You said yes,
no,
yes.
I've seen it.
Yes, so I'm saying that, and I'm building my point that, yes, so it's not only here. There are lots of them. We are driving all the way on the Teshinungwa Road, street lights are bad. Even on the motorway, there are no street lights working there. And what at all can you say in Ghana is working now? Health sector, nothing is working. Education sector is
we are
working.
talking about traffic lights.
Traffic lights, street lights. See, when I'm driving home, when I'm driving on this road, especially in the evening, not even in the morning, you could see that sometimes there are policemen standing there that try to handle the situation. But this intersection there is a very dangerous one. Right in front of me, the one at, not this one, the one at the Boomerang Junction.
Yeah.
The Boomerang Junction. A woman was crossing the road and the car knocked her down right in front of me. So you could see, right in front of me, the one at the 37.
But now that one
junction.
is working though. That traffic light.
Yeah, that one is working now. But this one isn't. The one at 37 traffic light at the time, one time wasn't working. Normally when you're driving from 9, 10, you realize that it's just blinking. Yes, amber.
Yeah,
and there was a traffic. There was. Yeah, but after recently when I passed there, it was not even blinking at all. So you'd have to find your way to go through yourself. I don't know whether some of them, and most of them have not been knocked down recently. I don't know whether it's a faulty system that is making it not work, and authorities pass there. I know most of the ministers, most of the big men. Yeah, he's a big man. He passes there to.
Yeah, it's incoming.
He's a big man.
He's incoming.
Once he's in government.
Yeah, we haven't even spoken about your seats this morning. We have to.
He'll win the parliamentary primaries. He'll win the parliamentary primaries, all right. But you know what will happen. So
he's
a fine gentleman. So amongst
your place is heavily NPP, right?
Yeah. Oh, but he can win the parliamentary primaries and lose the seat.
Okay.
Because the wind of change is blowing in 2024. Ghanaians can see clearly that the NPP have deceived Ghanaians. The NPP is not an alternative. So talking about the traffic lights, adding my voice to yours, that nothing is really being done about it, and the authorities need to work on it. Every single life that is lost is very important. So sometimes let's not take, you see, and road users pay road tolls every time. They pay road roadworthy on our cars. If a policeman stops you right now and you don't have it, he's going to arrest you and all that. What do they use this money for? We beg the authorities that are in charge. This is not about the president.
Okay.
This is not about the president. That's why the president have delegated their agencies that are working under them. We beg them. They should
do
take
something about it.
Note of the traffic lights and then work on them.
Okay, good morning, Joy Prime. Please kindly tell the NDC man she should take his time in his submission because we are listening. The noise is too much. However, anytime the NDC loses case in court, the court is not a competent court, yet they don't go with evidence and never again. And Nana Swedru. But Nana, this particular
NDC
case was not NDC. It was individual bodies.
They should learn to read a letter. If you are listening, you should learn to read a letter.
It has nothing to do with NDC.
First of all,
there are actually 3 anti-corruption bodies that went to court. Yes.
Let me quickly deal to some of the things my brother said. Under the Fourth Republic, MPP has introduced.
You are not moving on.
Oh no, I need to correct some of them. No, I need to correct this. These are correction. No, I'm not. Because he has said it on your platform. Under the Fourth Republic, MPP has introduced the free health insurance for Ghanaians, and it's look at the expenditure involved in the free health. It can build all the things he has mentioned. But the MPP thought about the people of Ghana. When people were dying because they could not afford hospital, MPP made sure that it became a thing of the past. Under the Fourth Republic, the MPP has introduced the free senior high school. When people on the street of Accra, people will complete GHS, and then they will come and be selling pure water. MPP made sure that it to be a thing of the past. Now let me take you to the secondary schools. You see the schools that were built by Nkrumah and the Champo, i.e. Prempeh College, Opoku area and Coup. MPP has developed those schools than any other government. Let's come to universities. University of Ghana, Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology, go to UCC. The development that MPP has had on these various universities is more than any other government. Now, MPP is the only government that is building more than 100 hospitals in Ghana. It's there under the Fourth Republic. So we back them. If if they don't know, we will tell them.
Okay.
Now, on the traffic light situation, I'll make a passionate appeal.
So when are we seeing the hospitals?
You see, when my wife is pregnant...
No, I asked a question. When your wife is pregnant and I ask you, you'll be able to tell me that
my wife will deliver.
My wife will deliver. You can tell me that
we get
on the 25th of this month,
so by September 2024.
Finished.
September 2024.
All right.
Thank you.
Move on.
Now, let's move on. I'll make a passionate appeal to the Honorable Minister for Greater Accra, Honorable Henry Korte, the MP for Ayawaso Central, that they should take a critical look at the traffic situations in Accra. Last month, right in front of me, a car knocked down a 53-year-old woman in Awoshi, Mangwase, under the traffic light. Just last month, a 53-year-old woman was knocked down. 3 days ago, myself, at the barnyard, the traffic light, these commercial motorists, they were just coming. Meanwhile, my side, because the traffic is not, we're also coming. And this bike knocked on my Jaguar car.
Jaguar, no?
Yes.
Wow, the car?
Yes, the guy. And you know, unfortunately, do you know what really saddens me? When the police came, they were rather thinking about what has happened to the car, not the motor guy. And I told them, look, the guy has knocked the car. Fair enough. Let's be mindful. If he is okay, first of all, I'm okay. But because of this traffic, he should make sure that his MMDCs within the Greater Accra Metropolis or the Greater Accra region, they should up and do it. It is not, look at this beautiful stretch from Banya, Awoshi Junction, all the way to the 40-year interchange built by Akufo-Addo. Look, the traffic lights are not working. The street lights are not working. And a lot of these traffic lights, in fact, ensure free passage of movement. And we don't have it. So this one, it has nothing to do with politics.
Politics, right.
It has to do with our society and convenience of passage. We need to protect lives and property. Can you imagine that you spend a lot of money to buy a vehicle only for a motorist to run into it just because traffic lights are not working? And you have to go and spend additional money in fixing the lives of somebody and a car. So this one, it's all of us. We are all going through this unacceptable situation, and he should call his MMDCs to fix those various, especially traffic light, street lights.
Street light. No, actually, yesterday there was a report that over 20,000 street lights
in Accra
have been brought. They are yet to fix them.
We want to see the street lights.
Exactly.
We want to. This one is not because you know what? You know we pay for the street lights.
Oh yes.
We are built. We are built for the street light. So there's no point. There should be an excuse that street lights are not working.
Well, yeah.
This
my experience, because as an former assembly member and dealing directly with the fixing of street lights, etc., you realize that it's not only about fixing the street lights. Sometimes you go to most of the places, you find you find the street lights that have been fixed and then they are off. And most of the times it's not even the photo cell that is spoiled or not working. Sometimes there's a disconnection of the wire up there. And you find assembly members there and they are doing nothing about it. You find that there are MCs or DCs over there. You don't expect whoever is the president
to come and fix it.
So there's a collaborative
roads and highways.
There should be a collaborative work between the assembly.
We can fix this 2,000. How much?
20,000
street lights.
And still we'll have the lights off because there are not being a consistent supervision. Is it this thing should be a collaborative
Our maintenance
work.
System in Ghana is really poor.
It's very bad.
In Africa.
Really poor.
When there's a problem,
in Africa.
When there's a problem,
I'm in Ghana. I'm talking about Ghana.
When there's a problem, and then you find that
I'm not in another country. I won't sit here and speak about another country.
There's a problem. Then you find that people are saying that then we should buy new ones. But how will we be maintaining the existing ones? When we have maintained the existing ones, the other areas that are not getting it, then the council get them. But it's sad to drive on major roads in Accra during night. And now I found that most of the people are now using this additional. The motorway is bad.
You'll be sad.
The motorway is bad during the night. And people are using the additional LED lights. That is very high because the lights are
very dangerous.
You get but if you're driving on streets where the lighting system is correct, you can even turn off your headlights even at night. And you're able to drive well. But because the roads are bad, people are doing additional headlights.
Even on campus, if you go to University of Ghana campus, the street lights are not working.
That's true.
No. Please, this one.
Anyway, let's go to Upper East region. And elephantiasis is recording its highest. So far, 2,373 confirmed cases of elephantiasis in the region, accounting for about a third of the total national cases. That's worrying. I don't know, but what are they not doing right? Because this ringworm that is causing, the mosquito, that is causing this elephantiasis, how can we get rid of it? More fumigation, more concentration on that side? Because this mosquito, I don't know.
So it is not about only, the Upper East region shares borders with Togo and Burkina.
And the mosquitoes are migrating from there?
No. Most of these things are. It could be possible. If you go to Cote d'Ivoire, the last time I saw on social media, the boundary between Ghana and Cote d'Ivoire is just a small pillar in the heart of a town. So mosquitoes can migrate from Ghana to parts of it. And if you, I want to believe that the same there. You understand? So even if we tackled the fumigation you talk about here, it is not being tackled up in the Burkina or in Togo, it will still come back. So these are the things ECOWAS should be interested. Is it not the case?
Right.
These are the things ECOWAS should be interested in. Because, for instance, Ghana Health Service could decide, okay, let's fumigate communities around the Upper East that shares border and all that. Are we sure that mosquitoes will not come, if those flies, they will not come back from Togo and out of Burkina back to Upper East? So it's something that has to do with the whole region. These are the things we want to see ECOWAS leaders talk about. That there's an outbreak, and I think that once it's recorded in Upper East, it's recorded in both those part of Burkina and Togo. So there's an outbreak of elephantiasis, and then ECOWAS have to deal with it head on. These are the things we want to see, because we've been trying to deal with all this elephant. Anytime they talk about this disease, is the Upper East or the far north in the Upper West that they talk. That shares the part of Upper West that also shares borders with La Côte d'Ivoire and the same Burkina, that you record this kind of ailments. So we'll play with ECOWAS. They should look at the health situations within the sub-region and deal with it head on.
Right, Metal.
Yeah, it's sad that in this present century, you have Ghanaians like yourself that are being affected with elephantiasis, etc. It's not a political issue. It's a national emergency that, even though it's not to the middle belt or even the southern belt, it's a national emergency that we should all come together to be able to tackle it. So if it has to do with fumigating the area and also
more
the neighboring areas, the neighboring countries as well, where the border lines are, I think that will be of help. But for this century, and if you look at how the elephantiasis disfigures certain parts of the human body, is sad. And that persons just like you, for nothing they've done wrong, are going through things like that. Whilst there should be something that can be done.
The stigma that comes with
it's beginning to look like it's becoming a norm.
Yes. You see, when it happens over a period of time,
it becomes a norm.
It becomes normal. But you see, as Yao just said, ECOWAS, these are things that they should be thinking about. Not sending troops to Niger to go and fight. This Excellency Donado, we have health issues over here outside, because sometimes we're coming too many. Last week or last 2 weeks, I was watching you and you're talking about the Ghana Youth Commission. They said that the new
2 weeks ago.
Yeah, new rates of the HIV. It has soared up and all that, and then we also have shortage of childhood or vaccines, basic vaccines for children up north over there. Normally, it's not even in the south. So what at all is happening there? What are their representations in the south? What at all are they doing? Is it that we should rethink about how we consider developmental issues and health issues.
Let's spread our wings
in the northern,
to the north
in the
and
northern
other
belt,
parts of Ghana.
In the northern belt, should we rethink about even because education, they are even behind in terms of education. Right from independence, Dr. Kwame Nkrumah, you realize that the free education was mainly for the people up north over there to bridge the gap between them and the people in the south, because majority of the national assets are here. So you find most of the leaders coming here. So there's a tendency for you to negate. I was in the northwest, the Dagbon area there, and it was sad to some of the things that I saw. An area that is rich and shea butter is rich in when they are soil. When you plant most of our food crops, which will grow, and it's an area that is very deprived areas where they are very poor. We start in Ghana. Over the years, we've been farming cocoa in Ghana. The Chinese have come and they found a scientific way to be able to be processing the cocoa. No, but then so what are our technical universities? What are our, like the Kwame Nkrumah? They are all shifting to do courses that we all did. Now they are doing banking and finance, they are doing administration, they are doing psychology.
But they still have their technical courses.
But they are not, that should be their focus.
Anyway, let's talk about our final topic, which has to do with the XGN savings and loans workers, actually. They are pleading with the president to reinstate the banking license because they are struggling. It's not easy. Times are not easy. Yeah. Why is your head down?
Yes, I agree with them. I think the case went to Supreme Court and they ruled on their behalf. So I think that the alacrity of dissolving the bank should be seen adopted in returning or restoring them. Because personally, I'm not one of the people that is for the dissolvement of those banks. Personally, because I think that we could have, we're talking about revenue generation. Majority of government's revenue come from direct taxes, which i.e. our income taxes. So if you sideline people or you redundant people and they are not working, how do you get these direct taxes? So personally, I think that we could have managed it properly. Personally.
To you?
Yes. So that alacrity that we use in dissolving it, same alacrity should be adopted in restoring them back, so that these people will have their livelihood back. Because some of these bankers were the key breadwinners of their families, and for close to about 3 years they've been home, they are not working, and their lives, only God, marriages that are broken out of as a result of this banking crisis. You have no idea. People that have lost their lives.
Some people have committed suicide out of it.
And of that. So I think that Ernest Addison and Co., that alacrity they use in dissolving these banks should say be adopted and restored. If the Supreme Court has indeed ruled for GN Bank in their favor, they shouldn't waste any time. Right. And if there are any penalties or costs, should be awarded so that quickly they can have.
So do you think it was done on political grounds?
No, I don't think so.
You don't think so?
Because when their balance sheets were extracted, we all saw the anomalies.
So why are they not reinstating them? Because if it's not political grounds,
no. Sometimes
court has said that, you know what, they are okay.
Technicalities that needs to be. You see, sometimes I'm very blunt.
I know.
And I'm very honest in my. I don't want to, because I think that Ghana is for all of us.
Yeah.
And we have to develop.
And that's
Ghana.
why I want you to become an MP.
Inshallah, I'll be an MP.
If the political party finds himself, you cannot
why
trust,
is it every other NDC person?
You cannot trust.
Everybody wants you in NDC. Why?
I don't know what.
They will affect him with their DNA.
You're not the first person to try to tell him to come in.
With the political party finds himself, he wants to be an honest politician. Then he should be in the National Democratic Congress. MPP, don't affect you.
So will you consider their petition?
Yeah, we'll meet in Parliament.
It's not the first time. Look,
we'll meet in Parliament, and I remind him of today. That I told you that the party friend yourself will come to you.
I would want the Bank of Ghana should act promptly, because there are people sitting home that need jobs. So if indeed the Supreme Court has awarded or has given them the judgment that they were wrongly liquidated and therefore they should be restored, the same alacrity should be adopted, so that people will go back to work and restore their livelihood.
Okay. Metal?
Also, the GM Bank ex-workers are petitioning who? They are petitioning the president under whose supervision the banks were closed down. We still maintain that they were closed down on political grounds. For example, Heritage Bank, what did they do? Their books and their balances were all okay. But because the CEO or the founder was standing trial in the Cocoa Board issue, the bank was closed down. We've seen that of Unibank. Even Unibank and how the case has gone, we've seen that of GM Bank. And when you look at the GN group, and you look at the number of people and the number of subsidiary companies that they were employing Ghanaians, and even in terms of sports, football, what we're doing there, the closure of the bank, we saw the effects. Even if their books were not okay and they needed a little support, you know how much money we used in the collapse of those banks? And you know how much money that they needed to be able to stand on their feet? Why are we Ghanaians?
Yeah, we're saying that we really lost tax money.
Why are we as Ghanaians so much interested in collapsing our indigenous businesses? Why? Yesterday I was listening to Kennedy Japan. I don't know who you support in the presidential primaries though.
Who do you support?
I was listening to.
For you, who do you support?
In the presidential primaries, yes. For the purpose of the NDC winning power easily, Bawumia should win. Okay. For the purpose of we winning power, Bawumia should win because we just play back his statements as our campaign to win power. We don't need to do much campaign.
Anyway, continue.
So Kennedy Japan was saying that, why are foreign businesses thriving in Ghana? And why are local businesses being sabotaged? Now you have somebody like Ibrahim Ahmad setting up Data Cement, and you could see the struggles that he's going through. Data Bank, during the time of the NDC, Data Bank was down, but during NPP, then they go up. Why do we even use politics to affect the businesses? So if you're an NDC member, I allowed you. If you're an NDC member and your party is not in power, then your businesses go down. But when your party comes to power, then it goes up. We should take it out of our politics, out of businesses and everything, because at the end of the day, they do not employ NPP people, they do not employ NDC people, they employ Ghanaian youths and graduates that are coming out from the university and people who do not have jobs. We keep complaining about youths doing a lot of betting and etc. It's because, today betting is, I have a friend for about 6 years that the banks were collapsed. That's what he used to feel before. He has two.
Oh wow!
He has 2 kids.
Now he's going to pay 10% tax.
Now he's going to pay 10% tax. But that's what he uses to feed his family. But you see,
once you make an income,
local indigenous business. So I keep saying that the banks that were collapsed were simply for political reasons. But good enough, lucky enough, we have good news from His Excellency John Dramani Mahama. John Dramani Mahama has been speaking, and one of the things he says, alternatives. That our manifesto for 2024 is not yet out, but John Mahama says that when he is elected, when you petition Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, His Excellency, your petition is going to fall on deaf ears. I'm talking to all the ex-GN banks. But John Dramani Mahama, the savior of Ghana from 2024, 2025, is telling you, all the banking sector workers that are gone home and are suffering, those who have committed suicide, condolences to their family, that when he's elected as president 2024, 7 December, he's going to restore all the collapsed banks back together.
He didn't say all.
All the banks that were collapsed, that's are in good standing. Good. He's going to restore them, and all the experienced banking hands that are sitting idle, that cannot contribute their quota to national development, he's going to make sure that they are reinstated. The hope of Ghanaians is the NDC. And ending on the matter, I'd like to just correct some of the things. You see, National Health Insurance Scheme, I'm ending this within my time. Okay. National Health Insurance Scheme was not National Health Insurance Scheme under Kufuor administration. When they left power in 2008, it was a mutual health insurance. So when you register in Ayaso Central, you cannot go to East Legon or Ayaso West Legon to be able to access it. I mean, it was under the National Democratic Congress, Professor John Evans Atamil's regime that we made it National Health Insurance Scheme. And even before Kufuor implemented it in 1998, J. John Rawlings, they piloted the National Health Insurance Scheme. Kufuor made it mutual. We made the National Health Insurance Scheme. We gave a legal backing to be able to do these things. Also, we have some struggles, and there are still struggles. And why I'm saying that is that he's saying that the National Health Insurance Scheme, the monies that were using to invest into the National Health Insurance Scheme, could have built a lot of this infrastructure, etc. Dr. Okoboy, the CEO of National Health Insurance, has complained severally on television that the amount of money that is deducted in the name of NHIS, that is not the same amount of money that is being disbursed to the NHIS to be able to offset the debts or the arrears. to most of the health facilities. So clearly, you will see that the name is used to take taxes from the people, but it's not used it. But I understand why they don't disperse it there, because most of them
he's ending his point. So then you come in and then we round our conversation.
So most of them, even though the name is there for the deductions of those taxes, it doesn't end up to where it's supposed to go to. Like the COVID-19, like we don't know what it's used for. NHIs, as you're saying, it's not being used for that. It's ending up in dollars under people's beds, etc.
How do you know?
So MPP again, I reiterate in summary that they do not start NHIs. It was NHIs, the national health was started by
so the insurance, the health insurance was
piloted first at the John.
It's not true. Please, listen. My grandfather died because of cash and carry. Don't do this.
Metal. I won't cut your point. We are on national television. We know that the health insurance was initiated by the Coup government.
No.
Wait. But the NHIS was by
Check well. It was piloted under J. John Rawlings in 1998.
Where?
It was under just check. Under 1998. I'm saying on national television.
What record?
1998. But we'll come to that. Free SHS policy.
I'll get the facts.
1998. J. John Rawlings. And then Coup made it mutual. Another NDC administration made the national health insurance. The free SHS policy is not a brainchild of the NPP. You see, when you read the Constitution of Ghana, 1992, you read Directive Principle of State Policy, Article 38 going. It talks about the fact that all citizens of Ghana must have access to free, compulsory, universal basic education at the basic level, implemented successfully under the first NDC 1. It talks about the fact that all students of Ghana, citizens of Ghana, must have access to free secondary higher education. This one. It was piloted progressively before John Dramani Mahama left government. So it cannot also be the brainchild of the NPP. Now when you take the universities,
let him speak.
When you take the universities that Kufuor built, the universities that Kwame Nkrumah built in Ghana, when you take them out, all other public universities, and again, all other public universities in Ghana were built by the NDC administration.
Good.
Even let's come to
No. So you have landed. You have landed.
Every government has a strategy. I'm going to start from where you ended.
You have a minute, please. A minute.
So NDC, what they do is that when they take reins of government, existing institutions, they don't develop it. For instance, if you go to my hometown, we used to have one district, that's Achimodan district. When NDC takes power, or down secondary school, not one infrastructure that will be sent there. They will go to Buem and say that they are doing a day school. When MPP takes government, they make sure that we redevelop, build infrastructures within this space so that we can accommodate and admit more students. That's the difference between the two. Harry went to Somanya to Castle to construct the university, not one block, but go to Somanya today. The infrastructure that the MPP government has built there. Then you come and sit on this television and message Somanya's university. That is NDC that started, not one infrastructure that was put there. Go to a whole polytechnic.
So I think you're
wait.
You can't defend too much. I was taking
Is that my 1 minute?
Please, round it up quickly. Yes. I just want to read something when you round it up.
The national health insurance that he talks about. When we took power in 2001 and we sent a bill to Parliament, they worked out. They boycotted it. In the first sitting that we wanted to introduce national health, the NDC boycotted it, Googled and find out. He said that they piloted it. When in our campaign, when we were doing the positive change campaign, and President Kufuor was telling the people of Ghana that cash and carry, I have lived around, it's like 39 years, no be small. I have been around for a long time. When my grandfather died because of cash and carry in 1998, he's telling me those people that died around that time because their families could not pay for cash and carry. Today, he sits here and said that in 1998 they piloted. When every Ghanaian citizen, alive or dead, knows that President J.H. Kufuor introduced health insurance to Ghana.
Okay, thank you so much, gentlemen. I'll read what the portals are saying. Pulse Ghana says that Bagbin says national health insurance was started during the Rawlings era. A whole secretariat was started. Research was done. There were reports and there were pilot schemes for the national health insurance. Pilot, but it wasn't started. Now you come here and it continues. It further reads that now the year that the national health insurance scheme was started, in the year 2003, Ghana's National Health Insurance Scheme was created by the National Health Insurance Act of August 2003 and is one of the very few attempts by a sub-Saharan African country to implement a national level universal health insurance program.
The act itself.
I'll be vindicated. Let's relax. I always speak facts.
The act itself was 2003.
Relax.
So wait. What it says is that it was piloted.
You see, so let me tell you what happened. I've been saying to you that I've been around for You see, let me give you this information. I've been around for a long time.
You know
when it started first.
You know you have been around.
I'm going to give you an information, so take this
information. What is the information?
So when Kufuor went to Sunyani in 1998 to launch his campaign.
Kufuor 98?
Yes.
Okay.
When Kufuor, that's why they say President Kufuor. When Kufuor went to Sunyani to launch his campaign in 1998, and he spoke about the things he was going to do, should Ghanaians vote for him in 2000? quickly, with shivers in Rawlings and then the Minister of Health, bring your name. Oh.
Okay.
But Rosalind,
Thank you so much to the gentlemen. Can we mute their microphones? Okay, who's your birthday?
A better wish for my boss. Yeah. So, Mr. Gideon Carlos Akwe.
Do you have his picture?
Yeah, I'll send the picture. Yeah.
Send it to us. We'll do it. We have a birthday.
I wish you a happy birthday today.
Okay.
I'll send a picture.
Yes, please send it. We have a time for birthday, so we'll project his picture and we'll do it beautifully for you. And then just add his name and your name and your wish. We'll do it nicely. Okay, so you can actually, capture it and send it to him.
Yeah.
Anyway, thank you so much for being here, gentlemen. Thank you. And which one is the
invitation? I told you, piloted in 98. They did a ritual with the...
So one president...
Did you say pilot? Anyway, thank you so much, gentlemen. And on the rep of the NPP is Yao Yembua, and the rep of NDC is E.A. Metal Nunu. Well, I don't know, but we'll say thank you so much for sticking with us. We have a comment coming in. Daniel Akpaliok from Sandema says it's obvious that nothing is working under this government. Aside the traffic lights, nothing else is working in this country. Free SHS policy is not working, NHIS is not working, one village, one dam is not working, etc. If you use propaganda and electoral manipulations to win power, the system and structures will fail you, and that is exactly what we are witnessing in Ghana. All right, thank you so much. Good morning, good job to Metal Nunu for educating us. Always refreshing to watch him. Efia Kumasi. All right, is that your girlfriend? Metal says, I would know. How do I know all the people who send comments? Thank you so much.